which is for the Sandusky County Auditor. Your ballot is going to have one name, David Friedag. And we'll invite him. I hope I said that properly. I should have asked you beforehand to make sure I got it right.
I'll clear that up for you.
If I didn't.
No, it's Freitag, like
Freitag.
Friday, because that's the name. That's what it means. It's Freitag. It's
So he will be the name on your ballot, and he will be the candidate here tonight. So, David, you have some minutes.
Hello. Yes, I'm David Freitag. Like I said, it's Friday, like the day of the week, so you can remember that. I am the candidate for Sandusky County Auditor. My background, I graduate of Bellevue High School and Ehovie Career Center. When I graduated from high school at 19, I purchased a retail gasoline station in Clyde, Ohio. And I started a journey in the gasoline industry. So I owned gasoline stations in Bellevue, Clyde, and Mount Pleasant, Ohio, if you know where Mount Pleasant is, and Sandusky. So, and I actually had 3 stations before I was 20 years old. So I was in that business for 24 years. Left that business and became a real estate broker. First I was an agent, then a broker. I was a managing partner of Gary J. Strayer Realty in Bellevue, Ohio. Was very successful with that, and fortunately, I made a career change in 2012. The CEO of our Firelands Association of Realtors had retired, and I took that position, so I've held that position since 2012. What does that position consist of? We do education for all the local real estate agents that are realtors. We're a self-policing industry, so I'm also a certified mediator. We do arbitrations, we do hearings, so there's quite a few things we do with that. Plus, we operate the multiple listing service. My background in real estate gives me a unique set of skills because I'm very familiar with property appraisal. Property appraisal is important. No one likes the auditor coming to their house. Let's all just say that up front. We know that. But the one thing I can do is if I see an appraisal that looks off, I would at least have a good background to look at that, and I should be able to tell where we're at with that. It's going to make a big difference, I think. We shall see. The other thing is, if you look at what the auditor handles, there's so many things in that department that they do. Vendor's license. I had a vendor's license for many, many years. Again, we talked about the real estate. It also, cigarette licenses, that's in that office. I was a huge cigarette dealer back when that was a really big deal. So sales tax, another one. Paid sales tax for years, still continue to put it in for my job now.
30 seconds.
Okay, I will, I don't want to hold you up, so I'm going to quit with that, but I'm sure, can I stand here?
You sure can.
Yeah, all right, we'll take the question, I don't have to sit down. Good,
We'll give you just a second to catch your breath.
that's fine, I'm good.
What steps would you take to improve transparency so that taxpayers better understand how their property taxes are calculated and used?
Well, that's a very good question. Now, the one I didn't mention was that I treasured the city of Bellevue. So one of the things we did when I was with the city of Bellevue, still am the treasurer, we put in place the open checkbook. Now, I did have talked to the auditor. I know there was some problems with that. That was an initiative that Josh Mandel had put out when he was the treasurer of the state. I think that had some merit, but there's a lot of confusion in that. So it's a tough thing to fix. I would definitely strive for that. I've always tried to do that in my position with the city. So.
Thank you. We'll give you a minute for any closing remarks.
Okay, again, like I said, I totally left out that I was the Budget and Finance Chairman for 5 years when I was a Bellevue City Councilman. I left Bellevue City Council, and in 2012 I was appointed to Treasurer of the City of Bellevue, which I've been ever since. When I got on council, we actually had like $23,000 in reserves. We were in big trouble. We lost Armstrong Air in 2006. We lost 35% of our municipal income tax, and we had to figure out a way to make it work. We did, and I'm proud to say now we have $30 million in Star, Ohio. We went from 23,000 to 30 million. It's taken us 20 plus years to get there, but you can do it, but you gotta make small steps. You know, you eat an elephant one bite at a time.